Hi, my name is David, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to clean hard surface blanks after the transfer with Ghost Sublime Toner. You might have noticed in other videos, or even if you're using the product yourself, that when you print with Ghost Sublime Toner and your laser printer and transfer your prints to hard surface blanks such as mugs, for example, ceramic mugs, or such as aluminium boards, Chromolux boards, Wonder boards, or whatever these boards are called, the toner leaves sort of a resin, sort of a matte finish on the design, and also the paper leaves some resin, some rests on the design. And actually, there's a really easy and quick fix for this problem, which I'm going to show you in today's video. So, putting the toners aside, here I have three uncleaned blanks, and I'm going to show you the effect of the cleaning process right away. So these blanks are not cleaned, so they have been just produced, cooled down, and they still have the resin on it. This blank actually has been cleaned. This is a finished product, and if you compare these two, so the just produced one and the finished one, you can see quite of a difference when it comes to the contrast and the shininess of the product. So this uncleaned one has more or less like a really matte finish, while this is much more shiny, and especially in the darker areas where the contrast is really high, you can see some residue of the toner and of the paper which is still on the design. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these three items and I'm going to run the cleaning process on those three items, and I'm going to show you the details afterwards. All right, so let's start with the mug. For the cleaning, as I've told you in another video, you can use different nail cleaners from drugstores. So these are two standard nail cleaners from two different German drugstores. Wherever you live, I'm sure that you can get some nail polish from a local drugstore, and usually these liquids are basically have the same recipe behind them or are very similar, and they all work the same way. The cool thing is you don't have to wear gloves, you don't have to protect your skin, because these products are actually made to be used on skin, so it doesn't harm you at all. I'm using some soft pouches for the cleaning, and I'm going to start cleaning this mug using the liquid. You don't need two, you just need one. I just want to show you that it works with different types of nail cleaner. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some nail polish on a soft pouch, and I'm just wiping over the design, and as you can see, it really takes off the residue, right? So all the black stuff here is residue from toner and paper. Also, if you have some marks from whatever this is, maybe the heat press, it can be easily cleaned off with this, right? As you can see this, just rubbing over it and it goes away. It's really, really good, so that I get a shiny and finished product. So I'm going to continue the cleaning process, and as you can see, the side where I'm rubbing here is already getting shinier and shinier. The contrast is getting better, while this side is still matte and not looking really good. So I'm just going to keep doing that process. I'm maybe taking another clean wipe and a little bit more of the nail cleaner, and I'm going to clean the mug. So this is an easy process, can be done just quickly after production once the item has cooled down. This is important to ceramic mugs and aluminum plates, as these items hold the heat quite for a bit, so you will have to wait till they are cooled down completely. We usually let our mugs cool down overnight, or just put them outside when it's cold. Some people speed up the cooling process by running them under cold water or putting them into the fridge. You can do that as well if you're in a hurry, but my best advice is let them cool down overnight, so that there's time for the heat to leave the ceramic. All right, once this is completely clean, I'm giving it a finish wipe with a clean cloth. Still working out some details here in the middle. All right. Sometimes you have to rub quite toughly, but don't be afraid, you're not going to take off the design, you're just going to make it look better. All right, if we compare these two now, we can see that they are both shiny. The contrast has improved, so it's pretty much looking the same. and you know, we really get a nice and shiny finish. Cool. I'm going to continue doing this with this aluminum plate with a vector design on it. This time I'm going to use the other stuff. This has kind of a fancy push and press dispenser. All right, cool. So just holding this and again rubbing over it. Of course, it's easier to work on an even surface like this, but you know, for the camera, I'm holding it. All right, cool. Yeah, you just wipe it, and again, you can see how much the acetone inside the nail cleaner takes off some of the toner residue and some of the paper residue. I'm going to add some more cleaning liquid here. This stuff actually smells better than the other one, but doesn't matter to me. And yeah, as I said, the cool stuff is, you know, your hands, your fingers don't feel clumsy or anything afterwards because it's not an acid. It's pretty all right for the skin. All right, as you can already see, it's getting much more shiny, and the contrast between the blues here in his suit and the blacks over there is popping out much better. Okay, just wiping over it, giving it a tough rub, just doing it on the workspace here. Sometimes you start moving the residue while you're rubbing, so you start moving residue from A to B, but that doesn't matter. You just, you know, give the other part of the plate a wipe and you'll be pretty fine. All right, cool. I'm pretty happy with this. And as you can see now, the result is much more shiny. It's much cleaner, contrast is much better, especially up here in his briefcase and in the black areas. All the residue has been removed and looks much better. Cool, second one. And the third one, I'm actually going to use both cleaners on this design just to show you that the effect is the same no matter what nail polish you're actually using. So, okay, cool. I'm starting using this stuff again. All right, so starting to rub over the design, just like that. Same effect, okay? It takes off the polish, it takes off the residue. Use a bit more of this stuff on that side. Giving it a tough rub. Especially in the darker areas, you will have to rub a little bit because somehow the dark residue sticks a little bit better. And with another fresh pouch, I'm going to use the better smelling stuff. All right, come out here. There you go. All right, and I start rubbing from the other side. And in the end, you will see that there's no difference between the two I have been using, and that we get the same result all over the aluminum plate. All right? Cool. Yeah, that's it. So as you can see, all the resin has been removed. The finish is much more shiny. Contrast is also a bit better. And we're getting a really nice aluminum plate finish here. You can see it's a plain aluminum plate with a subli coating on the top where we use the Sublime Toner to apply. Yeah, so this is how easy you can clean your hard surface blanks such as mugs or aluminum boards or other hard surface items using Ghost Sublime Toner and some standard nail cleaner from any drugstore that you can, just freely get available and use it to clean the mugs, clean the stuff, and give it a nice shiny finish, right? Okay, so that's it for today. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up below. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, what you would like to see on the channel, just put it in the comments. Follow the channel for updates, of course. And for today, I say thanks for watching and see you next time.